What's up, everybody? Jason from Straight Edge Lights and Gear, and I got a spider hanging in front of my face right there. Where'd that guy come from? Man, I tell you, sometimes you start shooting a video and weird things happen. But anyway, this is Jason from Straight Edge Lights and Gear, and guys, I got a review for you today, and it is on the Maxpedition Fatty and Double Decker. So you're probably wondering, like, well, why are you doing two reviews on something that looks the same? Well, guys, there is a difference here, guys. There is a difference between the Fatty and the Double Decker, and we're going to get into that and show you what those differences are, and give you some, some kind of use scenarios. We'll kind of put some stuff in here and load them out a little bit and let you guys kind of see how these things operate and work. I've done some reviews on some other Maxpedition pouches and stuff in the past. Like, if I remember correctly, I believe this one is the Beefy. I got this one loaded out as a med kit right now. I have one of the smaller pocket organizers right here that's loaded out like as a fire starting setup, which is very cool. And what I'll do is I'll take some of that stuff out of here and kind of load some of that stuff into these bags, kind of show you if you wanted to make a smaller med pouch or have a smaller admin pouch, tool pouch, something like that. You'll be able to do that as well. Hopefully my neighbor's mowing the lawn. There's nothing I can do about that. Hopefully it's not too loud. I got the noise cancellation on my mics. But if you're hearing some stuff, I'm sorry about that. Please forgive me. I only have so much time in the day. I got to kind of film when I can film. So we got the pouches. We got some tools and stuff out here. Some other Maxpedition stuff. And I'm dropping flashlights that I'm going to use for the video. I'm knocking Michael Myers over there. Got it. Sorry about that, guys. Got stuff kind of everywhere here. It's funny when I do these pouch videos, I always have a lot of stuff on the table, to help load these things out. But let's get into that, guys. So again, we have the Fatty and the Double Decker. Again, just at first glance, these look pretty much identical in size. There is a key difference here. Let's open this up. And one thing I'll point out with all of these Maxpedition bags, they all come with YKK zippers, Teflon coatings. They're water resistant, not necessarily waterproof, but water resistant. These bags are very tough, double stitching everywhere. I've never had any issues with any of the Maxpedition bags that I've reviewed, breaking or anything like that. I use the VersaPack a lot. I use a lot of the pocket organizers and stuff a lot. I've never had any issues with these things, but they work very, very good. But let's get these open. So the Fatty opens up into one main pouch. You have you have a back pocket here. You have a little lanyard for keys, mini flashlight. You have several stretchy little beta loops, not beta loops, but little loops, if you will, so you can put various different tools and stuff in there. You have two kind of larger ones here on this back side, along with some smaller ones. You have a zippered pouch here that you could open up. You can secure some stuff in there as well. You also have one of those, I am having a brain fart, but you have one of those stretchy bands here as well, so you can slide like a tourniquet, some scissors or something down in there. Close this bad boy up. You also have a nice mesh pocket on the front that has Velcro, so you can shove some gloves, things like that in here. And you also have a hook and loop patch here in the front for putting a morale patch, a medical patch, whatever it is you need to. You have a really nice durable handle in the back, and you have plenty of MOLLE compatible type straps here. So that's basically the gist of like the Fatty. The difference between the Fatty and the Double Decker is the Double Decker has two separate compartments, as you can see there. So I like both pouches, but I'm kind of digging the Double Decker because you can make essentially a double setup pouch if you wanted to. You can run med supplies in one part of it, fire starting supplies in the other, tools or fire starting supplies, or maybe you have immediate first aid trauma medical supplies in one pouch, and then just like your regular Band-Aid type stuff in the other. So it's kind of cool because you can totally configure this out to a lot of different needs, but like you could have one pouch that kind of pulls double duty. Again, when you open this up, you got a nice pouch right here on the first pouch, the first open section. You have a nice pouch right here. Again, you have that lanyard for keys, flashlight. You have those straps to be able to mount different tools. You do lose that spot right here to be able to put like a tourniquet or scissors or something like that. That's because the middle separator is right there. But you do have a secondary pouch on this side, again, with more of those straps, so you could, again, put different things in there. When you flip open to the back one, you have just a larger pouch that you could put bigger items in, and you have a nice mesh right here. So this is going to come in handy, I think, for a med kit or something like that, when you have like a lot of combat gauze or quick clot, chest seals, stuff like that. A lot of that stuff is going to fit really nicely here in the back, while you can keep some of your other medical smaller medical supplies here in the front. So we're going to try to load it out both ways, see how it works, right? But let's get Michael out of the way here. Jason's got to stay because he protects the coffee, the elixir of life, as we like to call it here at the channel. Yeah, I'm addicted to caffeine, and I ain't afraid to admit it. So let's get into this, guys. So let's just start off with the fatty pouch, the fatty organizer, guys. This right here is my Platy 4x6. I have a lot of really cool tools in here. I have a full review on this as well. Definitely go check that out. But, you know, I got a Sharpie in here. I got a folding knife. And the reason why I'm taking all this stuff out is because we're going to put it in here. I got a lighter. I got a NAFS knives, Torx bit kind of screwdriver set that's basically set up to take apart knives. I have my Ocaso, Big Ideas Ocaso titanium pen, Coast flashlight. I got a Roxxon Flex companion multi-tool. Sorry, got to open this up. I'll tell you, a lot of stuff fits in here. I got some screwdriver bits here for my Roxxon. I have a fire starter and my clip neck pliers. So got all that stuff right there. We got a Wukos flashlight. We have a Next Torch Pioneer multi-tool. We have the Roxxon Mini Flex companion, the Nightcore EDC 23 flashlight. We have a Phoenix EO6R mini flashlight. We have a Civivi Elementum Halloween edition. Guys, it is October, so this is the Halloween edition Civivi. So, yeah, I know it looks like a gas station knife, but it's actually a very high-quality knife. And then we also have the APOC Survival Tools Whisper 2 folding knife. Now, the reason why I have these two different folding knives, guys, here on the table along with it, is they're just various size kind of folding knives that you may or may not put into a pouch. So that's why we have those, in case you wanted to carry a folding knife in your toolkit, if you will. So let's kind of slide some of this stuff over. Let's open this up. So again, we have several different items we could put in here. I could even, let me turn my phone off here. I can even literally fit my S24 Ultra phone into this back pouch if I needed to carry my phone in here. So, I mean, that kind of gives you a pretty good idea. And this has a full-blown, you know, nice thick case on it. So that kind of gives you a pretty good idea of the size of that pouch, right? You can probably put a ton of stuff in there. So we're going to take our lighter, we're going to slide it into a little slot right here. So, and these are kind of stretchy slots, so you can kind of stretch them to fit different items. And what's nice is like a little bit tight, but it's nice because it's holding the lighter in there securely. If it's bouncing around in your bag, something like that, you know, that lighter ain't coming out. You know what I mean? So very nice. I like how they do that. We got the Sharpie pen. We'll slide it into this one. I mean, this fatty actually has a ton of room in here. I bet. I mean, I'd be willing to bet we could probably get most of this stuff in here. We have the Roxxon Mini, the Roxxon Mini Flex companion. We're gonna slide that. You know what? We're gonna slide that in one of these side pouches over here. Why not? Run that sideways. We got our Next Torch multi-tool. We're gonna slide that right here in the side. Now, one of the things is whenever you're starting to load these packs out, guys, one thing you do have to keep in mind is depending on what you put on one side versus the other, you may have to adjust things a little bit to get stuff to lay on top of each other, so to speak, if you will, if that makes sense. Because, like, I have that Roxxon here. If I put this here, this doesn't line up, squishes, you know, whatever. This is a little bit big for these little slots right here, but that doesn't mean we can't fit it. It just means it's going to be a little bit of a tighter fit. We don't necessarily even have to put it in that slot if we don't want to. I'm just kind of trying to do it just to show you that it can. You're probably thinking, well, you don't have to show us, Jason. But you know what? I like to show you because I want you to know what you can and possibly can't put in these things. that's kind of the goal here on the channel a little bit, is to show you guys what some of the possibilities are, and kind of do it just so you don't have to if you don't want to, I guess, so that makes sense. We're almost there. Bam. There. So you can see you can fit a large multi-tool into one of those slots. It is pretty much stretching it to a limit. If you left it in there for a long period of time, are you going to stretch that loop out? Pretty much possibly. Is that a word? Yes, you probably will. So what I would probably do more or less with this one is either run it right through the middle here, because it clips on like that, because then I can still close it. This is also going to give some rigidity to keeping it wide if you're really packing this out. So that's a good place to put it. Or you could put it excuse me, in this larger pouch here in the back, utilizing the clip. Just depends on your multi-tool. What do you have, right? We got the excuse me, we got the skinny, Lion Steel Skinny. We're going to slide this bad boy into this little back pouch, clip that on. No, it's nice and discreetly hidden. We got the Wuko flashlight here. It's got a clip as well, but again, these pockets are, I think, nice enough that you don't necessarily need to use the clips if you don't want to. We'll put our clip nix pliers in. We're going to put our clip nix pliers sideways over here. And then we have our flashlight here, or EOX light. We're going to E06R Phoenix. We're going to slide over on this side. What else we got? Oh, we got the little knife screwdriver. So you guys are probably like, okay, dude, you're putting a bunch of stuff in there. Again, I really kind of do this just to try to help show you guys some of the loadout capabilities of the system. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily that I have to. I just like to. We got the flashlight here. We're going to utilize this little clip. We'll clip our flashlight on there, so that way it's there. We can pull it out, utilize it if we need to, but not lose it at the same time. We'll take our Work Tough Gear fire starter. Let's stick that in that pouch right there. And then loose screwdriver bits we'll put in the zipper pouch, because we don't want to lose them. We have, again, another Roxxon multi-tool. We'll go ahead and stick that in that pouch as well. The EDC 23 we will run in this back pouch with the Phoenix light. And again, that's got a carabiner. I can clip that onto this little loop here as well. So yeah, we'll just kind of go with that for now. We're going to close this up. Let me give you guys a look at here so you guys can see the full kind of setup. Again, we got a flashlight, a knife in the back pouch. We got a screwdriver. We got a Roxxon multi-tool and screwdriver bits in the zipper pouch, which I forgot to zipper up. Let's do that. And we got multi-tools, pliers, flashlights, lighters, ways to start fire. I mean, we kind of got a little bit of everything in here, guys. So let's close this up and show you guys. Bam. So we got a nice pouch here. Again, with that multi-tool right here, it kind of gives it some rigidity, keeps it bowed out so it doesn't, it's not collapsing on itself. Not that it would, but works very well, guys. I mean, it's just one example of how you can load this out. I mean, obviously, you're going to build this kit out to whatever you need it to be, especially if you work in, let's say, work in electronics. I mean, this could be a really good setup for all the tools and stuff that you do, little voltmeters and things like that. These pouches can come in really handy, especially throwing them in if you've got a big toolbox. Hey, this is my small electronics kit. This is my small whatever kit that you need it to be, right? So it works out really well in that aspect for stuff like that, which I can always appreciate. Again, you can make this a small individual med kit. You could make this into a small camp cook kit if you wanted to. Maybe you could fit a smaller collapsible bowl in here, along with some, forks, spoons, stuff like that. I mean, it could be a lot of different things, guys, which is really awesome. Works out really well. And I really have come to appreciate these style pouches. These are things that I never really looked at before, as far as a useful tool. And then once I started getting my hands on the first kind of the little pocket organizers, I started becoming a big believer in these pouches and these bags. They're very, very handy. They come, you know, like, again, separating your stuff out when you're going on trips, things like that. I mean, this could easily just be a nice little toiletry bag. You know, you can have your shampoos, soaps, razors, different things like that that you need as a toiletry kit. Whatever, you know, it's kind of your imagination's your limit in a weird sort of way. So now that we've seen kind of what the fatty can do, let's kind of demonstrate the same type of setup on the double decker, guys. So again, you got two different pouches here. I dig this one a lot too, because again, I like the duality of it, if that makes sense. Being able to kind of come in here and make some, you know, make kind of almost two different kits. So here we have, this is my med bag. This is the beefy. This thing's pretty loaded out with a lot of good stuff. I got CPR mask, quick clot. I got combat gauze, stuff like that in there. I got little scissors, pliers, all sorts of stuff, a tourniquet. You know, again, having this back pouch, I think, is going to be a good system for stuff like this. So you got the CPR mask. I got a couple of different quick clots here, quick clot bandages. These are really cool, good to have. You know, you got your, I have a bunch of different things mixed in here, steri strips, some chest seals, things like that, combat gauze, a lot of really kind of flat type of stuff. I think will work out really nicely putting in this back pouch right here, because it has, I mean, that's this whole little setup I was able to shove right in there. It's all secured. So I got it ready to go. I can then take, you know, my two different quick combat gauzes, set them down here. Now, the one downside I would say to this is there is no kind of, none of these little, I'm having such a hard time remembering what these are called. These straps are these elastic straps, aren't on this side. So these do have to just kind of float in here a little bit while the rest of the stuff stays secured. But close it up. Stick that right there. Got a piece of plastic. We can close this up like so. And now I have kind of my bigger items that I wouldn't necessarily need all of the time right here in the back. So those are separated out. And then now I can come in here and all this smaller stuff that I utilize. I could put like these, what are this stuff? Iodine swab sticks, things like that. I could take these, all of this stuff out and utilize these little straps to put all of this stuff in here, and then have, you know, kind of my everyday need stuff lined up with my other medical stuff. Or I could put all of these tools back in here if I needed to as well. I could have some med stuff in the back along with like the multi-tool. Because again, it doesn't have this spot right here. We're going to just put this down on the front. We'll take our lighter. We're going to stick it down here in this pouch here. Got the clip nicks pliers. Those could come in pretty handy. So we'll stick those in this back one. We're going to need a flashlight. So we're going to, excuse me, put the EDC 23 in there. Oh, you know what? We're going to need another smaller multi-tool. So let's just go ahead and pack this bad boy in this back pouch right here. Oh, sorry. We'll put it in this pouch over here. The back pouch of this double decker is a little full, so sometimes, again, you have to kind of manipulate stuff a little bit, or maybe rethink where you're putting it just to get everything to line up. We definitely need a flashlight. Always going to need a flashlight, guys. So, which we already have one in here, but hey, it's always good to have a backup to your backup, because you just never know. The battery could die on this one. You might need it. Another light. You might, your partner, whoever you're hiking with or whatever, might need one. We do always need a little bit of a fire starter in our kit, guys, so we're just going to stick that right there. We've got our Sharpie here. That's always good to have. You might need to mark a tourniquet or something like that, so we're going to stick this down in here. You do need a pen. So this is our Casso pen, you know, just for regular writing. You don't want to waste your sharp. We'll stick that right there. And so now we kind of got a med slash toolkit. We can close this up. And again, we got this thing pretty packed out, guys. Sorry, let me give you guys a look here. Got a ton of stuff in here in this double decker. Like would you necessarily go this far and pack this much stuff in your pouch? Maybe, maybe not. I guess it just depends on you. But look at that. Double decker is thicker, but we have a lot of items in here ready to go if we need them. So again, I really feel like these pouches are just a great addition to any kit, any travel kit that you might have. If you're a first responder, EMS, something like that, you can put a lot of your tools and things that you need in here. Firefighters, smoke jumpers, things like that. You know, there's you have to keep your stuff organized when you're out on your mission, and this is a really really good way of being able to keep your stuff organized. You know, when you get to base camp, oh hey, all my toiletries are in this fatty. Bam, that's good. Oh, I need to take the beefy with me because all my really good medical stuff is in the beefy. Hey, I got my fire starter kit in here. Okay, that's got to go in my pack when I go fight that fire. Oh, and here we have some more medical stuff. This isn't something I necessarily need to carry on me, but it'd be good to have in my pack just in case we need it. You know, so you can customize your setups any way you want. And I really like that. I really like this double decker and this fatty because it does give you a little bit of more of an option. So like the beefy is fantastic, holds a lot of stuff. This is like a med kit I carry in my truck, but this is something that I could carry on me as a personal med kit when I go out hiking or something like that, camping, whatever. I don't necessarily need to take the big boy, but I still want some good stuff, and I can fit a lot of good stuff in here. Double decker, again, same thing. Can double if I go out on a hike, throw this in my backpack. I could even clip this onto a carabiner onto my belt, run some medical supplies, run some fire starting supplies, just in case I fall and get hurt. Again, your imagination is your only limit, essentially. Well, okay, maybe in size. You're not going to fit a Tonka truck in here, right? But great products, guys. They're super durable. A lot of function to them. Not just in these pouches, guys, but this platy. Again, you saw all the stuff I took out of this. I carry this in my front pocket all the time. I always have some really good tools on me. They have a 5x7. Anything that Max Expedition puts a lot of thought into their products, guys, and they're really well made products, and they're going to last you a long time. So I would definitely recommend checking them out. The other thing I will say is Max Expedition is always running these BOGO sales, guys, buy one get one sales. So if you go to their website and sign up for their email, which I suggest you do, you will get any. I mean, they don't bombard you with emails, but what they do is they send out these, hey, we're running a BOGO right now. Any of our pocket organ, not right now necessarily, right? But right now they do have a BOGO. It's the Versa Pack, Jumbo Versa Packs. Buy one, get one. Go to their website. You can buy one and get one. Awesome. You can get two different colors. They do that with their pocket organizers from time to time as well. You know, you can buy one fatty and get a double decker, you know, or vice versa, or they always have a buy one get one sale. That's what I'm trying to say. Definitely go sign up for their emails, guys, because it's worth it. If you're interested in getting some of these packs, you're going to catch some really good deals when they have the buy one get ones. So I would definitely highly suggest doing that. I will leave a link to Max Expedition down below. You know, or if you just want to pick one up, and they're also on Amazon, right? So I think they have an Amazon store, so you can definitely go pick up some stuff there if you want as well. But I personally like the BOGOs. I think that that you're getting more bang for your buck. Obviously, why just buy one pouch when you can buy one and get one? So I would definitely sign up for the emails on Max Expedition's website. I think it's worth it. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate you, riding with me on this. I know I don't post a ton on my Straight Edge Lights and Gear channel because, it's a little bit of a slower channel, trying to get products in to review. So I do greatly appreciate you tuning in and watching. Guys, stay safe, stay sharp, stay bright. Carry on. I forgot my logo, my catchphrase. Stay safe, stay bright, and carry on. That's what it is, guys. All right. Have a good one.